A figure stands before you, feigning guardianship, yet his true aim is to manipulate your fate for his own gain. Archangel Michael declares, "The truth is piercing tonight, cutting through the veil of deception that has ensnared you." The figure that strides alongside you, who assures your well-being, who professes to safeguard your tranquility, has covertly penned a narrative designed to mold your existence solely for his own benefit. This is a narrative devoid of affection or allegiance. It is a realm of control, veiled intentions, and darkness masquerading as illumination. He entered your life with purpose and intention. He wielded charm with the precision of a master craftsman and donned kindness as if it were a finely tailored disguise, crafted to exploit your vulnerabilities. In every act of safeguarding, he was quietly noting your decisions, observing your habits, comprehending your responses. Each act of protection he executed was not for your liberation, but to strengthen his grip on you, making it more subtle and unnoticeable. Archangel Michael proclaims, "The celestial realms have guarded this truth for an eternity, yet it can no longer remain hidden. The visions you've experienced, where a presence loomed, the instances when your inner voice cried out, yet you chose to ignore it, those were not mere figments of imagination. They were omens woven into the very fabric of existence, urging your spirit to ascend before it is reshaped by those who seek to claim your narrative." He etched your fears into his mind as if they were incantations, whispering to your suffering in a dialect mastered only by deceivers. He didn't approach with malice, but to embrace your trust as a powerful tool, shaping the journey ahead. There are profound truths he has sealed away in silence. Moments he etched in his mind, not for your safeguard, but for his own gain. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 333. He desires for you to believe he is your protector, yet in reality, he is the mastermind behind the confinement you remain unaware of. Behind every suggestion he offers, there lies a subtle influence, a redirection of your desires, a calculated plan to mold your journey into one that serves solely his interests. You were destined to forge your own path, not to follow in his shadow. You were destined to guide, to ascend, to challenge every bond masquerading as affection. This man speaks with a voice that calms, yet each word carries an undercurrent of mastery. He watches over your desires to fulfill them, but on his terms, so that one day you find yourself unable to embrace joy without his permission. This is not safeguarding. This is the art of creation through code. He has contemplated your silence with greater depth than your spoken thoughts, discovering the fissures in your stillness where he can weave his power through. He extols your might to lead you away from doubt. He wields a subtle authority cloaked in kindness and care, crafting an enchanting influence over your fate. Type Amen to receive divine favor. For 44. The instant you sought to assert your own choices, observe how swiftly he cast doubt upon them, how masterfully he wove worry into your assurance, how frequently did your visions get disrupted by his counsel, and how often did your inner strength diminish to embrace his insight. This transcends mere toxicity in a connection. A celestial call resounds now with fierce precision. The cosmos has endured his antics for far too long. He can no longer alter your destiny. The Archangel Michael proclaims that the struggle extends beyond just his presence. It stands in opposition to the very essence of your being that was nurtured to embrace love. Bindings masquerading as devotion. The battle is waged against the quietude you embraced in the name of decorum, the darkness you embraced in pursuit of tranquility. Yet now tranquility shall arise from honesty, and truth shall thunder forth, regardless of the price paid for the solace of deception. You are not a task for anyone to mend. You are not a task for another to fulfill. You are a being of unparalleled creation, untouched by the hands of others. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 555. He once conveyed to another that your existence felt lacking without his divine direction. That assertion alone unveils the profound nature of his misguided beliefs and the peril inherent in his motives. Encountering another is not the same as being overshadowed by their veiled influence. Even now, he observes your responses to specific words, seeking to unravel which threads to tug next. He views your existence as a mere plaything, casting himself as the sole redeemer, while your autonomy transforms into the gravest offense in his perspective. But what he overlooks is that the celestial always reveals the master behind the curtain before the grand finale. One might experience a sense of remorse. One might experience trepidation as he has woven himself into the very fabric of your emotional being. However, do not confuse his emotional manipulation with true connection. Your emotions are a divine echo, a subtle presence speaking through your own essence. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 717. Upon examining your recent setbacks, delays, and emotional turmoil, a singular pattern will emerge. His aura. Each time your essence sought to ascend, a force from him held you back, casting doubt upon your brilliance. That was destined to happen. That was divine intervention masquerading as friendship. You never invited him to dictate your decisions, yet he intervened as if he commanded your very essence. Each apology he offered was meticulously crafted, every gentle moment premeditated. The reality is you were never engaging with an equal. You stood before a performer embodying the essence of your guardian. Archangel Michael assures that this is not meant to shatter your spirit. It is to liberate you. When the divine unveils the hidden dangers, it is not to instill fear and silence, but to empower you to stride away with strength. And now the moment has come to take back what was taken, with grace and wisdom, your power to mold your destiny. You shall soon recall the essence of your being, untouched by the influence of his thoughts that seeped into your very core. Your voice will resonate once more, powerful and commanding like a tempest. And when it does, you will witness just how insignificant he truly is beyond the facade he masked as affection. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 888. He has been discussing you with someone not in admiration, but in calculation. They both recognize the imminent triumph that awaits you, and rather than rejoicing, they are scheming on how to overshadow your ascent. He fears your departure not out of affection, but for the value you bring. He remains untroubled by your lack of presence. He trembles at the thought of your liberation. You are not his companion. You are his strategy. He has monitored each individual who ignites your passion and has abruptly guided you away from their influence. He diminishes what nourishes your soul to prevent your ascent. Each tiny crack in your self-assurance, he has skillfully widened to serve his purpose. Type Amen to receive a divine blessing of 999. And now your consciousness stands as the ultimate challenge to his plan. That is the reason you might experience an overwhelming sense of guilt, bewilderment, or a deep spiritual exhaustion upon coming to this realization. His energy seeks to thwart your enlightenment, attempting to drag you back into the haze where he conceals himself most effectively. Yet that mist is clearing away. The brilliance is unmistakable now. The heavens have selected you to stride forth with purpose and passion in your every move. Archangel Michael proclaims, "This transcends a mere spiritual awakening. is a celestial clash, and those who plot against your ascent while masquerading as allies will encounter repercussions beyond their imagination. The era of quiet suffering has come to an end. He sought dominion, but what he never foresaw was the immense strength you gain the instant you comprehend his scheme. Now he stands at a crossroads. Depart or face the consequences. Type Amen to receive divine favor 313. In the coming week, a revelation will unfold before you. Either his essence will transform into chaos or his facade will shatter completely. Be mindful of his words. Observe how he swiftly claims to be devoted to your every need. And take note of how frequently he highlights your reliance. That is a profound yearning. He is poised to make a final move to reclaim his dominion. He could present something monumental. But keep in mind, offerings that carry conditions are not true favors. This individual has mastered the art of diverting your spiritual focus. But that is no longer the case. Every aspect of the celestial domain has now focused its attention upon him. Type Amen to receive divine favor 141. You are not obligated to remain bound to someone just because they once sheltered you in turbulent times, particularly if that turmoil was of their own creation. Now the sun has emerged, and your fate calls for complete mastery. He might claim you've transformed, and that is precisely the essence of it. You do not possess the authority to lead him. You are the master of your own soul's journey now. A message shall come forth shortly. An observer has witnessed his actions and will validate your concerns. He remains unaware of this individual's unwavering loyalty to you. Yet, the truth inevitably reveals itself to those who observe. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 828. As you absorb these words, allow your spirit to ignite not with dread, but with ultimate liberation. Let each breath serve as a reminder that you were destined for greatness, not to be confined under the guise of safety. That was never a safeguard. That was confinement cloaked in compassion. You deserve attention, not oversight. You are worthy of compassion, not mere tactics. You are worthy of love, not subdued dominance. And from this moment forward, your awareness, your spirit, and the forces of the universe are revoking his access to your destiny. If you desire to show your support in a greater way, you have the opportunity to offer super thanks with contributions reaching up to $20. Type Amen to receive the divine blessing 4444. Though you might not be aware, the instant your heart pierced through his disguise, a transformation took place in the spiritual domain. The bonds started to give way. The unseen threads he manipulated to shape your responses, your choices, your emotions. One by one, they are breaking. He once murmured, "You require my presence. I alone possess the power to resolve this matter. No one else will cherish you as I do." But now those words resonate with an empty sound because truth has entered the space. And truth resonates more powerfully than deceit cloaked in warmth. Your ascendance poses a challenge to him, not out of concern for your well-being, but due to his anxiety over the grip he has quietly maintained. Dominion masked as loyalty remains dominion. Your spirit has blossomed beyond the confines of mere performance love. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 2323. Archangel Michael declares, "The celestial realm has now enveloped your decisions in a protective barrier, and the disruptions he sends will only rebound upon him. He shall start to sense the diminishing of his might, the fracturing of his sway, the depletion of the emotional sustenance that once nourished his existence. You are no longer his source of power. Every barrier he attempted to place in your way will now be cast aside by forces beyond your comprehension. the agreements forged in quiet defiance of your desires, the mental manipulations he attempted to impose upon your thoughts, the emotional burdens he piled upon you, they are all fading away now. You might experience weariness. The remnants of guilt or confusion may linger, yet they are but fleeting shadows. It's the sensation of your essence purging itself from reliance and embracing a reality it was once denied. He might present himself as pure and untainted. He might feign injury. But grasp this, these are not feelings of remorse. These are responses to the relinquishment of power. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 12:21. The aura surrounding him is starting to transform. Those who once followed him without question will begin to perceive the subtle threads of his deceit. Voices shall rise. Whispers shall rise to become undeniable truths. What he attempted to conceal behind his smiles will now emerge in unforeseen instances. Prepare yourself, for he may attempt to manipulate your perception of reality. If he attempts to shift the responsibility, asserting that your enlightenment is a treachery, that is his strategy to distort your reality into chaos, allowing him to maintain his position at the heart of your existence. Your realm is broadening at this moment, and he is no longer permitted to command the rhythms of your happiness. He struggles with your independence, for it diminishes his sense of significance. Yet that is not for you to concern yourself with. That is his divine revelation. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 1:0. He has failed to recognize your unwavering strength. He believed your kindness was a sign of frailty. He believed your act of forgiveness was a sign of weakness. He believed your quietness signified uncertainty. But now you ascend with a voice that echoes through the heavens. A document shall soon manifest. A message, a signature, a concealed endeavor he was crafting in the shadows, designed to bind you ever closer. Yet the divine will reveal it before it brings harm to you. He has attempted to stride before your fate, armed with scissors, yearning to snip away what he did not sow. Yet the earth is yours to command. The bounty belongs to you, and no mortal shall interfere with what has been ordained. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 0909. A confidant holds the complete truth yet remains silent out of fear. Their silence shatters. A fresh presence will rise, bringing forth proof, a narrative, a fleeting instant, something that validates what your soul has always known. He cannot undo what the celestial is currently documenting. The celestial beings he derided in his hidden arrogance now stand beside you. They observed him bend brilliance into deception, and now they shall bring harmony back. There is no need for you to engage in battle with him. Simply take a moment to reflect, ignite your spirit, and ascend. Allow the cosmos to manage his revelation. He attempted to control your choices as if he were a master of marionettes, yet you are severing the ties. You are leaving his realm and embarking on your own journey. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 1919. Archangel Michael proclaims, this transcends mere personal revelation. It is a liberation that transcends time. He entered your existence believing you would follow a familiar path, one that those before you might have faced. But you, the anointed, are the disruption, the shatterer of cycles, the ultimate beacon. He was dispatched not through celestial design, but by calculated upheaval. Yet, even the adversary's tactics transform into pathways when truth prevails. And you embody that truth. There remains a fragment of your being that harbors compassion for him, for you once cherished the facade he wore. Yet affection that demands ignorance is never genuine affection. It is a display that weighs heavily on the heart. Your love is once more yours to hold, and it will seek you out in realms beyond his grasp. Type Amen to receive divine favor 2020. He will soon perceive your distance. Your tone shall transform. Your gaze will now embody an unwavering strength. You shall cease seeking approval to embrace your true self. And when that moment arrives, he shall be consumed by fear, not due to longing, but because the door is shutting. His time in your radiance is drawing to a close. His hold is faltering. A final endeavor might be on the horizon. He may evoke past recollections, shed insincere tears, or resort to emotional manipulations. Yet, resist the temptation. Keep in mind, a person who genuinely safeguards you does not require dominance over you. You were destined to flourish untamed, limitless. Your essence was crafted for the heavens, not to be restrained. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 4242. You are moving away from a deceptive protector and embracing your own sacred power. Your essence will soon radiate a powerful shield against deceit. The essence of your existence will elevate, rendering falsehoods unable to endure in your presence. Observe the transformation in how others regard you. Those who once sought to shape you will find themselves uneasy in the presence of your true self. Your radiance is creating room for true harmony. And when the moment arrives when he stands bewildered, declaring your uniqueness, you will smile, for you will have become the embodiment of your true self, unleashed and free, free from the shackles of deception, yet fearless, transcendent, and profoundly enlightened. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 7777. Though the tempest ahead remains hidden from your view, understand this truth. What he accomplished in silence resonates through the essence. The forces he commanded are now transforming into reflections. He shall now confront his own essence. You, however, are being elevated. The mist enveloping you is dissipating. The labyrinth he created is crumbling. You shall experience a sense of elevation, empowerment, and balance. Do not look behind. Refrain from elaborating on your departure. You are not obligated to provide resolution to someone who orchestrated your inner stillness. Archangel Michael proclaims, "The celestial beings are by your side in this moment, not to urge you forward, but to stand with you as you embrace your truest essence once more." Type Amen to receive divine favor 6060. And at last, as you rest this evening, there will be a transformation, a dream, a revelation, a feeling of wings enveloping your abode, that shall serve as affirmation. The spirit realm has sealed that chapter for eternity. You are shielded. You are ascending. And the man who feigned to shield you has shed his facade. Allow him to observe your fate manifest without his intrusion. Let him behold the essence of true power, unshackled from the chains of deceit. You have triumphed over him. Now rise and embody the very essence of his greatest dread. Completely enlightened, transcendent in spirit, and powerfully commanding your own destiny. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 99. Archangel Michael proclaims, "You have arrived at the ultimate phase of spiritual refinement, where the divine reclaims the narrative that humanity sought to alter. The scheme he crafted in secrecy has now been unraveled by unseen forces. The chapters of your fate are now solely in your hands. They have returned to their rightful place, under the guidance of your essence. He never anticipated you would transcend his hold. He believed you would forever come back when he summoned. Yet he overlooked that your essence burns with an uncontainable flame. All that he took with fervor, your tranquility, your moments, your sacred pauses, shall now be returned to you multiplied beyond measure. You have gained everything. It was halted for a higher purpose. And now that moment has been set in motion. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 51:51. Even now, an inner stillness begins to blossom within you. A silence that stands strong, unyielding, and self-assured, requiring no justification or plea for comprehension. That silence is a sacred affirmation. You have triumphed over the challenge. Others might inquire about the events that transpired between you both, yet you are not bound to provide the world with answers. When the essence is divine, not all are worthy of the intricacies. He shall endeavor to forge a new tale, now one where he casts himself as the wronged party, yet the cosmos is already aware of the reality, and its voice drowns out any falsehoods he may attempt to propagate. Allow him to express himself. Allow him to proceed, for the celestial gates have already been sealed against his attempts to pry them ajar. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 6061. His facade is faltering. Even those nearest to him are starting to perceive the flaws. His allure has lost its influence in realms where honesty reigns supreme. He shall seek out a fresh prey, a new essence to consume, a new individual to dominate. Yet this time he shall not prevail. What is the reason behind this? For the enchantment that bound him has been shattered by your liberation. What once served him, cunning schemes, deceptive narratives, illusory safeguards, will now inevitably turn against him. He has been stripped of his connection to oblivious souls. His era of masquerading as a guide has come to an end. You, in this moment, stand invincible in the essence, and your brilliance will cast away every deceitful bond before it can approach you. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 3838. Your power stands as a guardian. Your consciousness has transformed into a blade. You are transformed beyond mere healing. You are awakened to divine enlightenment. A transformation within you is on the horizon. Rest shall embrace you gently. Desire will rise again, unburdened by remorse. Your dreams will become clear and illuminating. They shall become maps once more. He held your trust, yet he wove it into a snare. Your trust has evolved into wisdom, and henceforth, no one shall ever be able to take away your destiny again. The next time someone extends their hand for your protection, you'll perceive the truth that lies beneath their words. You will sense their power and prioritize your own needs above all else, always. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 9494. You are now enveloped in a radiant glow. There is no necessity for debate. Your choice stands strong on its own. Allow tranquility to be your resolution and serenity to be your retribution. He will experience that silence as a deafening, cutting, and unforgettable presence, for it transcends mere quietude. It's the echo of your liberation from his grasp. The door stands closed. The script has been transformed, and your name now resonates in domains beyond his grasp. Rejoice in this conclusion. This is not sorrow. This is freedom. You have not been deprived of love. You have cast aside a falsehood that donned the guise of affection. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 4141. You are now stepping into wonders with liberated strides. He is unable to follow. He cannot replicate this essence because it is genuine. There will be celestial rewards, monetary abundance, a fresh alignment, and a new bond brought forth not to dominate you but to flourish alongside you. The newcomer will not request you to lessen your brilliance. They shall not cower before your might. They will nourish you, not twist your foundations. This is your divine reward for conquering a silent battle, a conflict where your essence suffered in unseen manners. But now the illumination has come forth. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 3030. You are whole and complete. You are being crafted into something magnificent. You possess great strength. You were transcending his understanding. You are filled with grace. You possess profound wisdom, a higher state of being, and a deep sense of awareness. The figure who arrived to safeguard was merely dispatched to challenge. He has fallen short. Yet you transcended with divine brilliance. Archangel Michael proclaims, you are not just liberated. You are now enveloped in divine safeguarding. Your guardianship has been divinely reappointed. From this moment onward, no mortal will sway your course ever again. Type Amen to receive divine favor. 1212. Now take a deep breath. Allow this message to resonate deeply within you. Allow every fragment of your being that once felt diminished to ascend with fierce passion. You are free and unbound. You are free and unbound. You are not a mere endeavor of another. You are a being crafted with celestial intention. And no man who schemes in the shadows can withstand the power that stands with you in this moment. Your true journey is about to unfold. The deception has come to an end. The deceiver has been unveiled, and your spirit is at last liberated. If you desire to show your support in a greater way, you can offer super thanks with contributions reaching up to $20. Type Amen to receive divine favor.